y'all, welcome back to another episode of Show Me Your Knits. My name is Dawn and this is my channel where I talk about all my crafty things. We have another channel called Our Flippin' Farmstead where we talk about all of our family vloggy stuff and our animals and gardening, and this is my crafty channel. So welcome in if this is your first time, and welcome back if you've been with me before. And yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and of course here on the streets of YouTube. And I'll leave all the links for everything that I talk about, any shops, any other channels, my other channel, Instagram, all that down in the description below. So let's get into today's episode. I've had some questions of, why do you call your channel Show Me Your Knits if you live in Arkansas? So let me explain. I was born and raised in a small town in Missouri called Mountain Grove. College took me to Oklahoma. Marriage brought me to Arkansas. But one of my dad's favorite sayings was always, well, show me. He was not a man of a lot of words. He believed in actions speaking louder than words. And so one of his favorite phrases was always show me. So it's a little tribute to my dad and from my home roots. So that's why it's Show Me Your Knits. And I kind of thought it was funny. So yeah, so that's kind of how the channel got its name. So let me show you my knits. The first thing that I have gotten done is I have finished the baby set for the lady at church who had a baby. And she had the baby early, and so I've got to get this out in the mail. But I wanted to show it to y'all before I mailed it off. And so let me show you what I made her. And disclaimer, the first thing is actually crochet, not knit. But I made a baby blanket, and it's huge. So it's a corner to corner blanket, and I'll put a picture up when I get done yakking because I took some pictures today of it. But here's the baby blanket. And then I made, they had a little girl. They have a little girl and a little boy already, but I made this little dress. And it's got this rolled hem on the bottom, and I really like it. It adds a little bit of a decorative touch, and then it has little buttons. It's so cute. All right, so I also made a pair of little socks to go with the little dress. This is one of my favorite little dresses to knit. Now the pattern that I got the idea from is actually you knit it in two pieces and you sew them together. But I have modified it to knit it in the round. So if anybody's interested, I will leave a link to the pattern that I used. It's a paid for pattern. And then I have wrote the instructions for how to do it in the round if anybody is interested. This is just a self-striping mandala from Lions brand. And this was, I love this cotton. And it was also a self-striping variegated. This one was, and then I just used a solid purple and this turquoise color as well. And if editing Dawn can remember, I will put the names of the colorways down here somewhere because they have escaped me. But yeah, so there's the blanket and the little dress and booties. I'm super excited to get that sent off. The only other finished objects I have are, I finished my St. Patrick's Day socks. It's been a while since I've recorded. Life has kind of taken over. My oldest kiddo that's at home graduated high school and earned his Eagle Scout. And so end of the school year stuff and Eagle Scout stuff and high school graduation stuff kind of just took over. And I didn't leave a whole lot of time for recording or editing on either channel. And then spring garden and spring goats and all that, just the spring farm life kind of took over. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to craft, but whenever I did have a few extra minutes, I was crafting and not filming. So that's why it's been so long since we've had a video. But I did finish my socks, these socks. I did finish them in March. I didn't finish them in time for St. Patrick's Day, but you know, they It's not like an exclusive St. Patrick's Day pattern. So it's just vanilla, plain vanilla socks on 9-inch circlers by Kay Litton, the Crazy Sock Lady. And I make all my socks shorties. And then I also finished my Easter socks. Finally. I didn't get them done in April, and I didn't get them done in May. Today is June 1st. And I got them done today. And again, it's just the 9-inch or the vanilla sock pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. And this yarn is 3 by the Sea, I think. This right here is from the Yarn Brary. This is a Little House on the Prairie sock set, and I'll have to again find the labels and put it down here. And then this one as well. This is either Stitching with Yarn or 3 by the Sea. I'm pretty sure this is 3 by the Sea. I'll have to look back in my project notes and figure it out because it has escaped me. And so that's all my finished objects. Currently right now, I have nothing on my knitting needles. I have absolutely nothing on my knitting needles. I have several blankets I've been working on crocheting that have just kind of fallen by the wayside. I still have my Heritage Afghan crochet along from Country Mama's Musings that I've been working on since like 2023. Yeah, you know. I have that purple blanket somewhere. I frogged Big D's blanket because he didn't like the colors. And then the blanket I'm making that reminds me of my grandmother, my granny square blanket, I've made one square on and have not worked on it at all. So I'm just not in a crochet blanket mood because it's like 90 degrees outside. But I did get a new toy. So let's talk about acquisitions real quick. I did get a new toy. I got a new Swift from Chowgoo. Hope I'm saying that right. And I'll put a little video of that here. Because it's the Swift I had from Knit Picks broke. One of the little cross arms that was really flimsy and it would never really stay tight on the table. Maybe I was doing something wrong. Maybe it was a design fault. I don't know. But I had gotten an automatic yarn winder from Kato and it would kept getting caught on the little knobs at the end. And so the automatic yarn winder would not work. I could wind yarn faster using my crank handheld one. And so that's what I've been doing is cranking like an old ice cream machine to get my yarn caked up. And so I used both the automatic and the regular hand crank with the new Swift. And I didn't video that because we were headed to scout camp last weekend and I was almost done with these socks. And like I was down to like here on both. So I thought, well, I'm going to cake up some yarn to take with me in case I get those done. And yeah, I worked on those and I didn't end up casting on anything else. But I'll show you what I did cake up later, after I show you all the yarn that I have bought in the last few months. I hope Big D is not watching this. So if you're watching this, Big D, there's nothing here for you to see. Shoo, you have something else to do. I'm positive you'd rather do something else than watch this video. I promise. Okay, now that he's gone, I'm going to show you all the yarns that I have bought. And I took a little picture in a video earlier to show you, and I'll show you that here, except for there's one that came in the mail today that is not in the video. So we'll show you it first, but right here. All right, now that you've seen everything together, I will show you it each individually and tell you the color names. And I'm going to pause for the crinkle. All right, this is the one that was not in that little video or pictures that you just seen. This is a mystery set by 3 by the Sea, and it was a Little Mermaid. So if you have not gotten yours yet, look away because it's beautiful. I got the shimmery mermaid one, so it's a stellina. And I don't know if that's showing true, but Little Mermaid, so sparkly, very Little Mermaid-ish. You can just look at it and tell Little Mermaid. So while we're on this 3 by the Sea kick, let me show you the other ones I got. They had their spring shop update, and I got Morning Melody. Very pretty. This one is DK. I think I'm going to go on a DK sock knitting tear because I seem to have ordered a lot of DK. This one is called In Bloom. Beautiful. This one is Beach Vacation mini set. It's got coral, teal, yellow, kind of an off-white and a beachy color. And then I have, oh, it goes with this one. This is the sock set, Beach Vacation sock set. And it also has a coral and this sandy color. But I wanted it all, so I got all of it. I also ordered Memories of Paris. It is a pink. It has this pink and then this pinky purpley gray color. Very, very pretty. And then this is the other mystery sock set. This was a Friends based one. It was called We're on a Break that I've got. And then I ordered a salty skein from them when they had a sale. And this is, it's a salty skein, and I think this was a Valentine's Day one, but it's a stellina. I ordered the regular sock set way back. If I can find out what the name of this one was, I'll try to put it down here as well. But it just says salty skein. And this one is actually the Amelia base, which is a fingering weight. So, and We're on a Break is also fingering weight, and so was this one. I really wish they would offer their mystery sets on DK, but they only offer them in fingering, so of course I'm going to buy them. I mean, that doesn't stop me from buying them, but you know. So that's all of the 3 by the Sea yarn. Maybe, yeah. My next yarn is, oh, I lied, it's not. I had ordered this way back, and obviously I haven't used it, but this was with their Christmas collection, and this is the Evergreen DK Fade, and I had the red one too, so I couldn't find it the last time I recorded, but I found it. So this is also 3 by the Sea Evergreen Mini Fade, and I showed the red one on another episode. The next yarn I'm going to show you is from Evergreen Yarn Studio, and it is called Wild Child, and this is DK Sparkle, and it may look familiar because I had ordered this in a fingering weight, and I knit a pair of socks with it, and I loved them, but so did my oldest, and so they're like, I really want some socks out of that, so I'm going to gift my oldest the socks I already made, and I'm going to knit this because the last one was not sparkly, so I am going to knit this sparkly one for myself, and I'm super excited because I got a hold of Christy at Stitching with Yarn, and she hand dyed me up some minis to go with this. So she dyed me up this hot pink and some highlighter yellow in DK. So thank you so much. And so here are the minis that I'm going to use with that. I'm super excited. I really want to cast that on, but I have a few other things I need to do first, but that's high on my list. So all of the rest, oh, I guess I fibbed again. There is one more 3 by the Sea in there. This is Lilac, and I ordered it to go with some of these others over here that were kind of springy. And so, yeah, there was one more 3 by the Sea hiding in there. I have a huge tote over here, just buried full of yarn. All right. Now, Stitching with Yarn has started to do a Charlie Brown set every month. And she started this back in January. And January was Snoopy. So stitching with yarn, there's Snoopy, that's January's. Snoopy. February was Sally. Let's see, March was Peppermint Patty. And April was Linus. And so she had one out for May, but I haven't gotten it yet. Oh yes, I did. Fibs. Gosh, I'm just fibbing all kinds today. This is Frida, the Frida set. So June is the one. I haven't ordered June's yet. But so there's the Snoopy, or the Charlie Brown. And then I also ordered this in March. Hop into Spring was her March colorway of the month. And then Bloom was for April colorway of the month. And so, yeah. So that's all of the sock yarn that I bought. And then I got some notions with my 3 by the Sea order when they did their spring update. I got all 3 of these adorable little cats because we've gotten 3 new kittens here. We went to get gas one night and we were there, and there was a kerfluffle over off by the corner. It was, the gas station's at an intersection with the light. There was a honk, some tires screeching, and then I turned around and I seen someone open a car door and chuck something out. And the lady that was at the pump across from me was like, "What is that?" So she went down and looked, and it was a box full of kittens. Somebody threw 5 kittens out of a car door at a stoplight and drove off. So there was a man there who took 1, and that lady took 2 home, and I brought 2 home. Well, Friday is Miss Molly's birthday, and she found a long-haired cat she wanted from the Humane Society. So we went yesterday, and we adopted a kitten from the Humane Society. So now I have 3 kittens at my house. They're all about the same colorway. If I can find a picture of each of them, I will put it in here. But, so all things cat. I got these little stitch holders before we got the kittens, and I also have the other one. It's a little yellow tabby. I showed it before. And then I got these little needle stoppers, and it's like the Dora the Explorer cat or something. It's wearing a safari hat, super cute. And then this was with the spring update, so around Easter, I got these 2 sparkly cross ones, and then these little sheep. So needle stoppers, stitch markers, yarn, all the things. So let me show you the yarn that I caked up for to start knitting on socks. I'm going to knit all the kids a pair of socks for Christmas this year. And so I had the girls pick theirs out first because the boys really don't care. I'm going to give my oldest that pair of Wild Child ones because they loved them because of the rainbow color. And then I let Ellie and Molly both pick out yarn to do their socks. And Ellie picked this out, this Stitching with Yarn colorway out, and it is, if I can see this tag, this is the Dancing Violet sock set from Stitching with Yarn. And so that's going to be Ellie's. And then Molly likes blues, so she is doing, this is from the Yarn Brary, and this is, oh, if I can see this tag, what's this tag say? I may have to open the bag. This is the Prairie Sky colorway, and this is one of the Laura Ingalls Wilder sets. The Prairie Sky from the Yarn Brary. And then I also had some leftovers. Well, not really leftovers. This is a Stitching with Yarn set that I bought last year, and I do not, it's red, white, and blue stripes. This was the whole set. It was 250 gram skeins, I can even call it 250 gram skeins of red and white, and then blue and white, 4th of July Americana, whatever you want to call it. And I had these left over from last year. They're either 3 by the Sea or Stitching with Yarn mini sets. I think they're Stitching with Yarn mini sets. I used them when I made a pair of red, white, and blue socks. And I have another set of this red, white, and boom from 3 by the Sea that was DK Stellina. That was a white base with red and blue flecks in it. And that's what I have in next to my chair to cast on next. So I'm gonna cast that on, and if I can find a picture of the other socks I made with that skein, I'm just using the leftovers. I had enough to make another pair of shorties. I will try to put that in here, and then so next I'm gonna get started on these. But right now I have nothing casted on, so I've got to get something casted on. So I don't know why it looks like I have such dark circles around my eyes. I guess it's just the lighting in here. I just noticed that. I don't have black eyes, I promise. I guess it's just the lighting. I only have the one overhead light here, and I'm trying to record this on my iPad because my phone died. So like the first part of this video was on my phone, and this is on the iPad, and I never record on the iPad. So, but yeah, I've got all those acquisitions, a few finished projects. Let me know what y'all are working on down in the comments. And if you need any specifics on anything that I didn't mention and you have questions, please feel free to leave them down below. And I'll see you on the next episode. Have a blessed day.